Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm KK. In today's video, I'm gonna do a February monthly review in my bullet journal, and I'll be using these Simptap acrylic markers that Arrtx kindly gifted me. So this is my January monthly review page, and I've left a few blank pages before my May and June bullet journal setups. This is my main bullet journal. So my February review will go directly after the January one. I know it's super late, but I'm hoping to catch up because doing a monthly review each month was one of the goals I set at the start of the year. I actually thought about doing this last year, but didn't end up following through, so I'm really hoping I can stick with it this year. So let's talk about my January monthly review first, and we'll do a quick tutorial and pen swatch for these markers before moving on to my February review. This is my January review page, which I didn't film. It was my first monthly review. It took me a while to figure out what I actually wanted and needed to include, as well as how to lay it out. It's a vertical layout. First, I've got a title here with a quote next to it. Then I've got 10 blocks, each relating to the 10 goals I set at the beginning of the year. Things like reading, keeping fit, finance, social media, etc. Next to that, I've added a sleep and productivity tracker. The dots show the time I fall asleep, and the bars show my productivity for each day. Then there are a few reflection sections, things I'm grateful for this month, achievements, new places I've been, or new things I've done. At the bottom, there's a case review model, keep, improve, stop, and start. And finally, I have a section for new ideas. I went with a vertical layout so it stands out, and later on when I flip through my journal, I can easily recognize it as a review page. I think my February review will follow a similar layout. I also like to match the review page theme to my bullet journal's monthly cover. So this is my January bullet journal, and the review page followed the same pink and gray theme. And this is my February cover of Love Hearts. If you're new here, my bullet journal is mainly for habit tracking and daily reflections, while I also use a smaller planner for to-dos and scheduling. So even though I'm late, I can still refer back to my notes and trackers and pull the info I need. My February pages were done using water-based markers, but for this review page, I'll be using these acrylic markers as they've become my favorite. I'll pick out some similar colors from this set. So this is Arrtx's new Simptap 48 color acrylic marker set. Thank you Arrtx for gifting me this. Beautiful packaging. It comes with an elastic band to keep it together. The markers look quite different from the other acrylic sets, and this time all the color numbers are printed on the top. I also love that you can fold the lid back and turn the box into a tilted holder, which makes the pens really easy to access, and you can also read the color numbers so easily. And this is my sketchbook where I keep a lot of pen swatches. Here are the other Arrtx sets too. I'll just add this swatch on the next page. On the back of the box, there are all the color numbers and instructions printed. I've seen lots of videos about these because they are quite different. You activate the pens yourself, so let's have a look together. I've now organized the markers in the same order as printed on the box, so I can easily copy the numbers later. There's also an instruction card inside. Pretty straightforward. There's just a couple of steps to activate the pen. I'll use a red one so you can see it clearly. First, we shake it well, then remove the top valve cap, then press the valve 4 to 5 times, and you'll see the ink start to flow down. If it's not enough, press it a little more, and once the tip is fully covered in ink, it's ready to go. And make sure to cap it tightly after use, just like any other pens, and also make sure you only shake it with the cap closed, of course. I think the design helps the ink last longer. It takes a bit of time to get all the pens activated at first, but I guess they will last longer than the instant flow ones since the valve stops the ink from drying out too quickly. You can press to release more ink when needed. So I guess it really depends on your preference. If you like instant flow with no fizzle around, the original ones might be better for you. You can see here that there's a bit of too much ink. It's nearly dripping, and I found that if you press the valve while the pen is upside down, the ink can flow back. Hope you can see that. These markers have brush tips and they are super flexible. You can get lines between 1 to 6 mils wide. The colors are so vibrant and beautiful. Oh, and I just made a little bit of a mess here. I think I pressed the valve too much with this one. It's a gold shade with shimmer, so the texture might be different and it came out too fast. And while I'm speaking, another drop from the black pen. Oh well, I'll just dry it off and pop a sticker on top to cover it. No big deal. Lucky it was towards the end of the page. Then I write down all the color codes, the marker set name, and the swatch is done. Now moving on to my February review. I picked a few colors to match my February Bourgeois theme. And just like the calendar, I'm drawing some double-layered wavy lines, and I made one a little too long, so I'll cover it with a white acrylic marker. And pink lines first, then red ones on top. Inside the frame, I'm just using pink so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Then I pop the title at the top, and this marker is actually great for brush lettering as well. And next to the title, I added a quote using a smaller tape pen, the 1 mil Sakura Pigma Micron in black. I also use this one for my section headings. I've got pretty much the same sections as January: reading, workouts, finance, content, social media, clean home, screen time, and I've changed reflection to health. It's more about healthy eating than stories and skincare. On the next page, I start with sleeping time and productivity rating. I use 10 grid spaces here and write down sleeping hours from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Not that I'll sleep as early as 8 p.m. or as late as 5 a.m., but I need a 1 to 10 range for the productivity scale, so might as well put something here, right? And since I've already tracked this info in my weekly planner, I'm just logging it here so I can compare the whole month. I start with this part since it's the easiest and doesn't require too much thinking. Let's get the easy bit out of the way. Then I want to decorate the edges. You can probably tell I like to do the easy things first and procrastinate on the real work. But it also makes it look nicer on camera for you guys, right? So for reading, I have a book log and a daily habit tracker. I've read nearly every day, so I'm adding a mosaic pattern here. Not completely filled in though because I missed one day. The little squares shows the percentage. Then I list the book names underneath. For workouts, I worked out 13 times out of 28 days. Not bad. That includes 7 strength training sessions and 6 others like cardio or yin yoga. Then I recorded the content I created this month and my social media growth. I try to give each section a unique pattern to keep it fun and interesting. For clean home, I use hearts to show percentage, and I didn't do it as well as my reading, so this block will look a little more empty. Definitely something I need to improve. I'll add this to my improve section later as well. I feel like I always have chores to do and I keep thinking I'll get them done in the evenings, but I usually get distracted or, to be honest, I just never prioritize them. So I probably need to set aside bigger time blocks, maybe even whole days to catch up properly. A tidy, clean home definitely helps with mood, mindset and productivity, I believe. So I'll just write a little "it's okay" here. It was definitely not perfect, but it was better than January, so it's okay. Then on to screen time, 17 good days. And for 26 out of 28 days, I ate healthy. Impressive. Then I checked my habit tracker and filled in my skincare routines. And the last bit is the writing section, what I'm grateful for, the little achievements, new things I've done or new places I've been. And the case review model, which I found on YouTube, is a great reflection tool. CASE stands for keep, what should I keep doing because it's working well? Improve, what can be better, what can be improved next time? Stop, what's no longer useful or necessary and should be stopped? And start, what should I start doing? Then the final section is new ideas I had this month. I really should have done this review right at the end of the month. Otherwise, ideas like this might not feel so new anymore. Anyways, now it's nearly done. I'll just add some graffiti like I did in my bullet journal page. And that's it. We're all finished. Let's take a look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're thinking about doing your own monthly review, I hope this gave you some ideas. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Bye for now.